Welcome back, everyone. And this isn't just your typical Sunday. This isn't just your typical hashtag BOTW day, because I will not say it because I don't have an echo, and when I say the actual words, weird things happen as it has in the past, so I will not say it. But today and this week marks the 100th what, Kev?
It's the 100th Beer of the Week day. Can you believe it?
I can.
100.
We've hit it.
100, man.
We've
We did
had
it.
100 different beers on our show. 100. That's a nice, impressive milestone right there.
I agree with you. I can't believe we've finally have gotten here.
We have. It's been we've, like I've said in the past, we've had our ups and downs. You know, we've had our breaks. We've had our moments where we've strode forward and kept it strong like we are now, because we've been going strong since I think April, Kev.
Yeah, man. Again, I don't know what month it is. Actually, no, I do. I just had a birthday. But so now I know where we're at, which I can't believe we're actually in the month of September. It's just crazy. But with that being said, it's just so crazy to think back when we first started this podcast, this YouTube show, and where it's come to today.
Before we get into that, though, so Kevin and I are going to discuss and reminisce about the good old days of Heroes and Brews, where we started, what we've gone through, where we are now, the different beers we've had. We need to announce our glorious, no, not Lord Hobo's Glorious, which was a beer of the week, our glorious 100th delicious, perfect Kev with the brilliant idea of this beer of the week. Kev, what is our beer of the week? Number 100.
100, man. So when we were trying to think about what beer should it be, thinking back to things that we've had on the show, different brewing companies we've had. There was a beer that I heard about. I heard like the whispers and the rumors about this beer and its greatness and everything. And I was out, could have been a year ago at this point. I was out at a restaurant looking through the beer menu and trying to decide, what am I going to have? You know what I mean? And I'm seeing things like, I've had that. What's something new? I came across Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. And I was like, I've heard the stories of this beer. So I decided, let's go for it, right? They bring out the glass of the beer. I do that first little sniff, and at first I'm just smelling the aromas of the pininess, a little bit of grapefruit. And I'm like, all right, this smells delicious. Let's see how it tastes. And I'll tell you what, man, all the stories and the rumors and everything that I've heard, it all lived up to the hype. It really, really did. That is Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. So I figured, we enjoy our IPAs. I will say, I know we're pretty heavy in the IPA beer content. But as far as IPAs go, this is definitely one of the best. And you don't have to take my word for it or your word for it. It's won multiple awards. I mean, this beer has it's won Best Beer in America 3 times in a row. Now, this was according to an article from 2019. So I'm assuming that's, from, maybe, I guess, 2018 or 2017, 18, and 19. But still, I mean, regardless, Best Beer in America 3 times in a row. And IPA, as you know, is the most popular beer style, I would say, especially in America. And for this particular beer to win Best Beer in America 3 times in a row, that's a testament. It's also, the brewing company itself has won multiple awards as best brewing company in America. So Bell's is no joke, man. And I don't know, when's the first time you had Two-Hearted Ale?
It's funny. So I was actually given a Bell's Two-Hearted Ale this past Christmas by my friend Ben. He worked at QVC with me, and we had a Secret Santa. And of course, on my wish list, I put craft beer. And he said, you have to have, if you've never had it before, Bell's Two-Hearted Ale. a nice big beer of it, and it did not disappoint. This beer is what I expect when I drink a beer. The taste is everything I want in a beer and more. So, the awards and the hype doesn't even give this justice. If you're looking for a break-in to the craft beer world, go for Bell's 200 Ale. You'll find it literally anywhere. I find this beer in every grocery store, every beer distributor, because it's that damn good and people want it. And I guess if you are 3-time best beer of America, you're going to be everywhere because you're that damn good. And it's funny because, in Pennsylvania where Kevin and I live, we have top-notch brewing companies with great beers. Beers that will put other, states and brewing companies to shame. And I need to try more of Bell's because the way the 200 Ale tastes, it makes me want to try everything in their, in their book, in their recipe book. Because I don't see much from Bell's. I think I've had one other beer from them. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember liking it. And it's perfect. This is a beer that, if you're looking for that beer taste and you're looking to be satisfied, this is where you're going. 100%.
I agree, man. I think if you're an IPA fan, I'm sure if you're an IPA fan, you've probably had 200 Ale, and if you haven't, you're really missing out. It really is my ideal. When I think of an IPA, like, this is the IPA, this is what I want. And we've talked before. IPA in the in the most recent years has had many different changes to it. Especially with the birth of the New England IPA and the hazy, juicy, more smoother rather than bitter flavor to it. It's not so hop forward New England style IPA, which is great. But like I've said multiple times, I mean, this style of IPA, to me, it has more of that West Coast kind of feel to it. I know it's brewed in Michigan, but it has that West Coast style of IPA that I enjoy, similar to like Lagunitas in a way, and almost similar to, Yard's signature IPA that we've had recently as a beer of the week. But there's something about this IPA where it's 7% alcohol, so it's a hefty helping, of alcohol content, but the initial taste and the aftertaste are both so satisfying.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes, we're big IPA fans, and there's some IPAs that I've even like kind of caught myself where I was like, whoa, like, okay, that was a bit much. Okay, I'm gonna get used to this a little bit as I'm drinking it. That's not this way with this beer. Like, whatever they have, obviously, because of the awards and everything that they can show for it, it really does. It lives up to the hype. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I love this beer, and I'm just sad that it took me forever to try it, but I'm just glad it still exists.
Same.
And that
I agree.
I had the opportunity to get this beer literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned. So
I only had it almost a year ago for the first time, and it's like upsetting because something so delicious I let escape my grasp for so long. I've been drinking craft beer now since 2013, 14, 15 area. Well, 2013 was my first technically official, if you count Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. That was maybe 2012-ish, 2011-ish. But I started going full force in 2015 with the craft beer, and it's upsetting that it's taken this long for me to have this beer. And I'm just excited, Kev, because the past 2 weeks, people have been seeing, before the last 2 weeks, people have been seeing a lot of PA beers from us, which, we live here, which we have access to. Last week, Sierra Nevada. This week, Bells. And, people probably were thinking for 100th beer of the week, it was probably be another PA beer.
Yeah,
but with Kev's brilliant mind and with the accolades of 200 Ale, we had to go with this. It just makes sense.
I just, yeah, man. We had to showcase this beer, and I figured as 100th beer, like to just because we're such IPA guys, I'm thinking, well, what's the king of IPAs?
Yeah.
And in my mind, as of right now, I feel like it's this. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I'm a little biased, and it's the style of IPA that I prefer over any others. It's like a no bullshit kind of IPA.
Yes.
And I know that might sound like really negative, and it's not meant to be negative towards anything else, but like it's just a straightforward, like we're brewing a classic style of beer really, really well. And
Yes.
here you go. We're not really messing with it in any way. So if you want that good old fashioned, to me, IPA taste,
Yep.
this is that beer that you're gonna want to go to, and it's just so damn good. Like, so I'm happy that I decided on this.
I
If
am
I'm
too.
gonna pat myself on the back.
Brilliant man over there, Kev. The other beer that I had from Bells was Oberon Ale. It was their wheat ale, and I don't really remember drinking much. I knew it was at World of Beer because I remember the can, but I gave it a 4.25, so it was a very good beer. So I need to expand my palate with Bells, and maybe we should go to Michigan.
Okay, you twisted my arm, Ty. Let's go. I'm down. I'm totally down.